My name is Angel, and I am a sixth quarter chiropractic student at Life Chiropractic College West. For the past couple weeks, I've really been thinking to myself what I can do to share my message and my story. And Danny Gambino's letter last week really hit me very strongly, and it really lit a fire inside of me. So I thought what I would do is just put together a little video message to basically express some of my feelings and my ideas. I don't know if anyone's going to actually listen to this or if anyone's even going to really care what I have to say about things. But I thought I would share it along because I felt that it's what I needed to do. So here I go. I'm going to kind of give it a shot and see how this goes. But pretty much what I wanted to share is for those students out there that are deciding either between if they should become a chiropractor or not, and for those students that are currently in chiropractic school, I kind of want to share my story of how I got to Life Chiropractic College West. When I was originally deciding to become a chiropractor, I was in the business world, and I have a degree in business, and I wasn't really happy doing that. I was doing sales, and I was surprisingly successful at it. But it wasn't something I enjoyed. I wasn't passionate about it. So I really went on this mission and quest to decide and to find basically what I could do that I'd be passionate about, that I could live to do every day. And incidentally, I hurt myself playing tennis, and I was a collegiate tennis player. And I decided to go get chiropractic care to try to help out my injury. And during that time, I realized how amazing of a profession it is. The chiropractor that I was seeing was just so passionate about his profession, and he lived to work. And that's something that I was really striving for and looking for. I wanted to have a career and a profession that I lived for, that I was so excited to do, and that work wasn't work, it was fun, it was play. And so that really was the fire that ignited me to decide to become a chiropractor and ultimately enroll into chiropractic college. And to be honest, it's one of the things that I'm most thankful for, because I see so many chiropractors now that are just so passionate and have such love and fire for what they do. And that's ultimately what I am just so excited that this profession is going to grant me, the ability to love what I do every single day. Now, my quest started with this idea and this passion to love what I do every day. And what ended up happening was, when I was deciding on what chiropractic college to attend, I just assumed they were all going to be the same. I didn't really think one chiropractic college would be different than the other, just like I just thought they would all be the same. So I applied to a few different universities, colleges, and I decided, so I applied to Life West, which was one of my choices, but I decided to go to another school, and not really knowing much about the differences in schools, I really focused on, at the time, what I thought was important being national board scores, as well as I focused on cost of living, and I didn't really take much into consideration the philosophy of the school, or the basically the philosophy is really the big issue. So I went to another institution, and I was there for a total of 6 quarters. And the other institution I attended was what's called more of an evidence-based chiropractic curriculum. And that's a fit for some people, but it was not a fit for me at all. What ended up happening was, basically from orientation, I realized this wasn't what I was looking for. The passion and love for the profession that I saw in this chiropractor that I was visiting wasn't there. It wasn't there with the administration, it wasn't there with the faculty, and it wasn't there with the students. I remember at orientation, one of the questions was, how many people have visited a chiropractor? And I was expecting everyone to raise their hand, thinking, how can you go to chiropractic school and never have actually gone to a chiropractor before? But surprisingly, a huge amount of students did not, and that was pretty shocking to me. And I remember at orientation basically being told that chiropractic college is going to be like drinking from a water hose. And we were basically told of the washout rate and how many people didn't succeed. And from that first day, it was basically this fear and this anxiety, and I basically almost failed out my first year. And what's really sad about that is I have such clarity of that this is the profession for me, such love for such assurance that I am going to be making a difference in countless lives by making them healthier and making them live life to their optimum ability. And here I was one quarter into it, and I almost failed out, and that was just absolutely devastating for me. I remember coming home and crying and just feeling crushed and thinking, "Wow, I'm not smart enough to do this." And what's really sad looking back, our class of near 130 kids, those first few quarters, a good 20 kids, 15 to 20 kids didn't make it. They failed out, or they were excused from the university from not keeping GPA requirements. And it's sad because I look back at those people, and they were the ones that had the passion, the drive, and the love. So, I continued on at that university for after my first quarter. I was really struggling, and I actually looked into transferring to Life West at that time, and I didn't. And so I continued to stay, and each quarter was perpetually harder and more difficult, and the lack of passion, the lack of philosophy, the lack of love for the profession just wasn't there. I just remember constantly professors saying that they would have rather have been osteopaths, and not really taking much ownership and love for the profession. And it started to wear on me. It started that love and passion and excitement that I had slowly started dissipating. And by my fifth quarter, I basically lost the love for chiropractic. I lost the excitement for it. I felt just completely devastated, completely crushed. I remember driving to school and having a knot in my stomach and feeling just absolutely sick to go to school, and just feeling like it was just, I just felt utter despair for something that I was so excited about and so passionate about. So, getting to that point and realizing that something so amazing became so bad for me, I decided that I had to make a switch, and talked to quite a few people, and figured out that Life Chiropractic College West was the best choice for me. So I made the transfer after my sixth quarter, and I made the transfer. And I just want to say that it has been the best decision I have ever made. The change of the environment that I am being taught is just completely different. It's an environment where the administration, the faculty, the students, they all love being there. It went from my old environment being one where it was competition and where people weren't really helping each other, to an environment that I'm currently in where it's been nothing but help. It's been nothing but being taught by professors that have passion and that actually love what they do, which, you think, well, that everyone teaches that way, but that's not how it was. And, I really wish I would have known this information when I was making my decision. Because what I want to share, and the reason I'm making this message, is for those students out there that are currently in a chiropractic program and are miserable, that are questioning if they even want to become chiropractors anymore, or questioning if this is the right career for them. I want them to know that chiropractic school can be fun. Chiropractic school can be a place of love, compassion, and service, where you actually feel grateful every day to be on campus, grateful to be around your classmates, and grateful for the amazing faculty and professors that you have. That's what I'm experiencing every day at Life West. It's been absolutely amazing, absolutely just the best decision I ever made. And going from that place of absolute disdain to a place of absolute love has just been such an amazing transition that I find myself tearing up a lot and just being in disbelief that I went from being in a place that I was completely unhappy to being in a place now that I feel accepted, where I feel just validated, and where I feel so excited for the potential of this profession and for the amount of lives that I'm going to help. One of the things that excites me the most is I have options to go to Cambodia, Peru, El Salvador, and Ghana. I mean, to do trips to basically bring chiropractic to these places that need it. And I wasn't given that option at all. I have numerous clubs that I can join, that I can be a part of. Different technique systems: Toggle, CBP, Gonstead, Activator, AK, SOT. I mean, there's so many clubs that I can't even be part of them all. And before where I was at, there were some clubs, but they rarely met. I tried putting on a club myself, which was a veterinary chiropractic club, and I got nothing but resistance from the administration. I couldn't get speakers approved. I couldn't even get help from my advisor, and it was just nothing but resistance. And And now I'm in an environment where I get nothing but support, where I'm starting a new club, and it's just been absolutely just all this support and help. And what I'm trying to get across, I guess, is I'm probably ranting here a little bit, is that for those of you that are deciding on what chiropractic school you want to go to, I want you to just hear my story and understand that I went from a place that I was completely unhappy because I didn't really know any better to a school now that I absolutely love. And so the choice that you make on the chiropractic school that you're going to choose is critical. It's critical into molding who you become as a chiropractor, into your views on the profession, and on how you treat and practice once you do graduate. And there are a few schools out there that really, really do offer that, and I would definitely recommend that you look really seriously at Life Chiropractic College West in Hayward, Parker in Texas, as well as Life in Georgia. Those are three institutions that really, really focus on making sure that the aspect of chiropractic, which is the philosophy, is very, very heavily ingrained into the education, so that you're surrounded by people and institution, professors, classmates that love what they're doing, that love being there, that love sharing with you. Because when you learn in an environment of love and appreciation, you learn so much more, and you have such a passion and such a clarity of your purpose, your clarity of what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be practicing. Whereas if you choose to not be in that type of environment, you end up not really having that. And for me, that experience ended up being something that was just very negative and really took away the passion that I had. So I hope for those students out there that are miserable and that were at a place that I was, I hope this speaks to them. And I hope that this helps give them the courage to transfer, which is scary. It was very, very hard choice for me to make. That's why it took me 6 quarters. But I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired and decided, you know what, I'm going to take a leap of faith and do it. And it's been the best choice that I've made. And I hope that those of you out there that are not happy make that choice and make the change, because this profession is amazing. And I just really want you to know that it's okay to change. And yes, your old classmates may judge you and make fun of you and not understand, and that's okay. Because the new institution that you're going to be in, the people will embrace you and accept you and tell you how happy they are to have you there. And so I really hope for those of you that aren't happy where you're at, please, 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 for yourself and for this profession's sake, consider transferring to a place that you are going to be appreciated, respected, and love where you're attending. And for those students out there that aren't sure what school to go to, I highly recommend to you, so you don't have the experience I had, where you don't lose that excitement, that passion, that you go to a school that's actually going to help make that grow and that love and passion grow rather than take it away. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope this makes sense, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry for ranting, and hopefully you stopped before I got to this point. But if this does resonate for you, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me speak. And I wish you the best, and this profession, I promise, will be amazing for you. Thank you so much.